Listen, let's talk about the lie that we tell kids at 17 years old. So listen, you got to think about it. Kids are not like super excited about going to college because of their career or their future. A lot of times they're really pressured to go to college because of the pressure that parents may put on them. So it reminds me when I took Caden to New Jersey a couple years ago for the Prudential Emerging Visionaries. Caden was selected as one of the top 25 in the country, top 30 globally, as far as kids making major impact in their fields of expertise. But when we got there, I noticed that a lot of the kids were saying, listen, I really don't want to go to college. These kids were going to like Yale, Harvard, Princeton, all these kind of schools, but they were all saying the same sentiment was like, well, my mom wants me to go. My dad, that's his alumni. He really wants me to go, but I really don't want to go. So a lot of times kids feel pressure. And it's not that parents intentionally are attempting to hurt them or anything. It's just that our parents were taught what they were taught. Listen, we all learned the thing. It was like, man, you got to go to school. If you don't, you're going to mess up. You're going to mess up your life if you don't go to college. But what we found out is that's not the case, because college is no longer a guarantee. In the 80s and early 90s, it really made a lot of sense to go to college. It really did. But in time, things started changing. Listen, so many things have evolved over the last 100 years, but the only thing that has not changed over the last 100 years is the classroom. So we're still learning old archaic information, and kids are not super excited about learning that kind of stuff. So what we're doing is we're sending our kids into their young adulthood with debt. A lot of these kids are averaging anywhere between $50,000 to $150,000 in student loan debt coming out of college, and hoping that they're going to find a job in that profession, which many times they don't. So now you're really behind the 8 ball as far as paying back student loans. So many times you'll see kids who become adults 20, 25 years later who still are in a position where they're paying student loan debt off. So it's not that parents are bad. It's just that as parents, we tend to duplicate what we were taught by our parents. Listen, our parents, that's what they knew. Depending on how old you are, a lot of our parents or either grandparents were coming out of the industrial era or coming out of the Great Depression, where it was save mentality. You got to go get education. That's the only way you're going to make it. And in that particular era in time, it really made sense coming out of the industrial era to do something a little bit more enhanced than the average person. And then again, like I said, in the 80s and 90s, it really made sense to go and start getting college degrees at that particular time. But now with the onset of new education, new ways of education, and new technologies, well, we have to